Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of our journey through the SLLA 6990 series. Today, we are diving deep into the heart of preparation with practice sample test questions. We'll be delving into understanding question types and honing our skills by tackling MCQs. As we navigate through this session, we'll not only answer practice questions but also unravel the mysteries behind the correct answers. Whether you are gearing up for the exam or simply curious about what to expect, this session promises valuable insights into the test format and nuances. So grab your notebooks and get ready to immerse yourself in the world of practice questions. Let's embark on this journey of knowledge and mastery together. So first and foremost, let us understand the directions. Each of the questions or statements below is followed by suggested answers or completions. You have to select the one that is best in each case. Now, this practice questions is actually designed to familiarize you with the types of questions you may see on this test. To respond to a practice question, choose one of the answer options listed. Be sure to read the directions carefully to ensure that you know what is required for each question. You may find it helpful to time yourself to simulate actual testing conditions. So let's start. A school leader has been appointed to an elementary school in which the scores on the fourth grade state language arts test have been decreasing each year for the past 3 years. The weakest area is writing. With a goal of improving writing instruction, the school leader and the fourth grade teachers decide to set aside time to examine and discuss student writing samples as a group. Each teacher brings copies of student writing samples to share with the group. Which of the following actions should the teachers take first to improve instruction? Is it A, conducting an analytical review of all writing samples to assign scores? Or is it B, reviewing all writing samples to identify common areas of weakness? Is it C, targeting students in need of remediation based on the writing samples provided? Or is it D, identifying benchmark quality writing samples to use as exemplars for next year's instruction? So the option is B. Actually speaking, this question tests the school leader's understanding of how to provide instruction that meets the standards of rigor measured by standardized assessment. Identifying specific areas of weakness will help teachers focus instruction and assessment on those areas most likely to adverse affect students' performance. So, you got it. Option B is the correct answer. Now, let us move on to the next question. Miss Walsh, the school leader of a middle school, has a new assistant principal, Mr. Levinson. She is concerned that she will not be able to effectively train him while maintaining her responsibilities as a school leader. How can she best orient Mr. Levinson to his new position while still attending to her own responsibilities? So, let us see option A. Option A. Have Mr. Levinson shadow her for at least a week so he can learn his basic responsibilities. B. Meet with Mr. Levinson, outline his responsibilities and provide him with a detailed job description. C. Spend a week working alongside Mr. Levinson, showing him school procedures and introducing him to teachers and students. Is it D? Ask another district assistant principal to serve as Mr. Levinson's mentor, showing him the responsibilities of the job and offering him support and guidance. So when we look at all these options, definitely I'm sure that you have got it right. The answer is option D. This question actually tests the school leader's knowledge of effective strategies for supervising other school administrators and personnel. Providing mentorship by direct intervention with an experienced administrator over the entire school year will surely help to orient the new assistant principal in a consistent and ongoing manner. Now we move on to the next question. Miss Sylvester, an elementary school leader, uses a classroom observation application during walkthroughs. So she observes, okay? She utilizes a feature that allows her to stamp specific teacher and student behaviors and make notes about what she observes. Once a walkthrough is complete, the application instantly sends a report to the teacher. By using the application, Ms. Sylvester primarily demonstrates a commitment to A. Storing important documentation for annual teacher evaluation. B. Using technology to complete administrative tasks and duties. C. Modeling the appropriate use of observation tools. D. Having systems in place for providing timely feedback. So, again, think about A, B, C, D. Which option is correct? The correct option is D. Option D. Having systems in place for providing timely feedback. We should not be, keeping it and later, if in case we delay these things, the effectiveness will not be seen. So actually, this question tests the school leader's knowledge of the purpose and benefits of a variety of data and communication systems. The school leader has established a data system that supports her role as an instructional leader by providing timely and relevant feedback to classroom teachers. I hope this point is clear. Let me move on to the next question. A new high school leader observes a long-standing pattern of high rates of disciplinary referrals among students from ethnic minorities. Which of the following is the school leader's best response to the observation? A. Reviewing the disciplinary records of all students for the previous year. B. Prioritizing the recruitment of teachers who represent different cultures. C. Arranging professional development that builds teachers' intercultural competency. D. Revising the code of conduct to acknowledge behavioral differences among cultures. Please try to check and see which is the correct option. The correct answer is option C, that is arranging professional development that builds teachers' intercultural competency. This question actually tests the school leader's knowledge of equity and cultural awareness. A long-standing issue indicates an underlying insufficiency in teachers' understanding of how culture affects behavior. Building intercultural competency is the first step in addressing how teachers relate to students in this and other ethnic groups. Now the next question. According to due process, teachers are entitled to A. The presence of a defense counsel at any hearing and the right to refuse to testify. B. adequate notice of the charges against them and a hearing in which they have the opportunity to defend themselves against those charges. C. An appeal of an adverse decision and exemption from disciplinary action while the appeal is being decided. D. A cross-examination of an adverse witness and the control of conditions under which such examination takes place. Look at the options. Can you guess? Right. It is option B. That is, the teachers are entitled to adequate notice of the charges against them and a hearing in which they have the opportunity to defend themselves against those charges. So what do they actually test? This question actually tests the school leaders' knowledge of the basic due process protections afforded to school personnel. Actually, the United States Constitution and key court cases give teachers the right to hear and contest charges against them. Next is, a new school leader can best assess the competency of the campus faculties by how? A. Asking teachers to complete weekly self-evaluations. B. Reviewing teachers' past performance evaluations. C. Checking weekly lesson plans for alignment to state standards. D. Using walkthroughs that target evidence of positive student outcomes. Yes, you have guessed it right actually, and the answer is option D. Option D is correct. That is, a new school leader can best assess the competency of the staff by using walkthroughs that target evidence of positive student outcomes. You should not depend on the weekly self-evaluation. You should not be reviewing their past performance no matter how it was. Neither you should be checking the weekly lesson plans for all these things. The best way is to use your walkthroughs that target the evidence of positive student outcomes. So actually, this question tests the school leader's knowledge of processes that best assess the competency levels of teachers. By conducting frequent walkthroughs, the school leader can observe teachers and can gather evidence on whether they are utilizing effective instructional practices. Next question. Miss Ankita chairs the business education department in a large vocational high school. She uses a portion of each department meeting to present issues to be discussed and decided upon by the department members. During meetings, members argue openly with one another and are unable to come to consensus on any of the issues presented. It is clear to Miss Ankita that she must concentrate on team building if she ever expects to operate the department as a unit. Which of the following steps in team building should she concentrate on first? A. Reinforcing that members' contributions to the department are valued. B. Communicating openly and frequently about the members' progress in meeting the department's goals. C. Defining each member's responsibilities both individually and as they pertain to the department, or establishing shared goals to which all department members are committed. Yes, your guess is right. The correct answer is option D. So when you establish the shared goals, actually this question tests the school leaders' knowledge of building consensus among staff through the development of shared commitments to implement the established vision and goals. For any team to be successful, it first needs to have a clear shared goals and a sense of commitment towards working together to meet an agreed outcome. Let us move on to the next question. A school leader in a diverse community leads a school that does not currently have a parent-teacher organization in place. The school leader prioritizes establishing a PTO for the upcoming school year. Which of the following is a primary benefit of establishing a parent-teacher organization or a PTA, parent-teacher association in the school? So options have been given. Number one, the PTO will hold fundraising events to supplement the school budget, allowing for more significant purchases to be made. Sorry, no, not correct. Next, the PTO will assist the school administrators in making decisions about student activities that impact education. No way. C. The PTO will provide a way for parents to be more involved in their children's education and foster a sense of community between families and educators. Right. That is the answer. The PTO, the next option is given, is absolutely out of place. The PTO will reduce the number of trans families and establish a vision for improved attendance and achievement. Sorry, no. So the correct option is C. And what does it test actually? This question tests the school leaders' understanding of the importance of collaborating with families to support student learning. A PTO or a PTA helps break down barriers and encourages collaboration between parents and teachers, which are very much essential. Next, we move on to the next question. Yes. A school population has become increasingly diverse during the last 2 school years. Many faculty members feel that the changing population is less capable academically. As a result, the members feel powerless to help their students succeed in school. Which of the following steps are taken by the school leader can best help the staff address assumptions that could be impacting the student's success? Now, there are 4 options given. Check it. I want you to read it. Analyzing student demographic data over a period of 3 to 5 years to better understand the changing population? No. Distributing a staff questionnaire to determine the faculty members' acceptance of recent school population changes? No. Encouraging staff members to become involved in diverse cultural experiences in the community? No. Providing opportunities for teachers to identify their biases and learn to embrace the differences? Yes, that is the correct answer. So the option D is correct. Now you have to know what this question actually tests. This question actually tests the school leader's knowledge of strategies for leading others in a safely examining deeply held assumptions and beliefs that may conflict with the school's vision and goals. Strategies that help teachers learn about diverse cultures, identify their own biases, and discover ways to be more accepting of various populations will allow the teachers to help their students succeed academically. Moving on to the next question. Of the following evaluation methods, which would provide the most valid indication of the success of a course of study in meeting its instructional goals? Understand the question properly. Of the following evaluation methods, which would provide the most valid indication of the success of a course of study in meeting its instructional goals? Okay. So here, the question actually is testing the school leader's knowledge of selecting the most accurate method for evaluating the effectiveness of the course of study in meeting its learning objectives. So is it A, complying results of a survey of the students' opinions of the course? Is it B, reviewing anecdotal records that describe students' interpersonal growth during the course? Is it C, reviewing data that indicate the degree of students' mastery of course objectives? Or is it D, surveying parents about the students' transfer of concepts learned in the course? The correct answer is option C. And this actually tests the school leader's knowledge of selecting the most accurate method, and reviewing data and course objectives provides actually evaluative information directly related to students' understanding of the knowledge and skills as described in the course's instructional goals. Moving to the next question. A school leader regularly meets with grade level teams to discuss interventions for struggling students, individual student needs, and enrichment opportunities for students who have achieved mastery. The school leader's primary purpose for the meeting is to option A, build relationships with faculty and staff members through professional discussion. Is it B, promote differentiated instruction to support varying levels of student proficiency? Is it C, ensure that teachers are using appropriate instructional strategies in the lesson? Or is it D? So looking at all the four options, the answer is option B. That is, promote differentiated instruction to support varying levels of student proficiency. So this question actually tests the school leader's understanding of using processes to improve instructional programs in order to meet students' needs. The role of the school leader is to promote individualized instruction and close the achievement gap. One way this can be done is by differentiating the instruction in the classroom based on students' needs. The school leader clearly has a goal of supporting varying levels of student proficiency by facilitating conversations about interventions and appropriate learning opportunities for all students. Now moving on to the next question. To best assist with the implementation of a new shared vision and action plan, the school leader should ensure that individual teachers are A, given time to meet with their departments to discuss a plan. B, able to meet with district representation before accepting new responsibilities. C, able to select professional development opportunities of their choosing. D, given ongoing training beyond the rollout phase of the plan. And think properly, the answer is option D. So this question actually tests the school leader's knowledge of effective strategies to facilitate change. According to research, teachers need to be appropriately trained and supported throughout the change process in order to ensure their buy-in and commitment to its implementation. Next question. A school leader is setting goals for students' success in reading and wants to include all the important dimensions of goal setting. Now what we have to do is match each defined goal with the dimension of goal setting it best exemplifies. Students' comprehension skills will improve by the end of the second 9 weeks. Students will score a level 3 or higher on the ELA benchmark test. Students' comprehension skills will improve by participating in the SRA reading program, that is Science Research Associate in Reading program. 80% of students will pass the ELA benchmark test. So it has to have smart approach, specific, measurable, realistic, and attainable, and time bound. So in this case, there is no option. You have to understand the question and please analyze. So here what they speak about is actually students' comprehension skills are improving by participation in the SRA reading program, which is actually a specific dimension of goal setting because it is a specific action that the school will implement to induce change in student performance. Students scoring a level 3 or higher on the ELA benchmark test. Now, what is ELA benchmark test? The ELA benchmark test is a comprehensive assessment that measures student capabilities relative to grade level standards in English language arts. This is a measurable dimension of goal setting because the data can be easily analyzed to see whether the goal was met. 80% of students passing the ELA benchmark test is a realistic and attainable dimension of goal setting because it sets a goal that is achievable. Students' comprehension skills improving by the end of the second 9 weeks is a time-bound dimension of goal setting because it defines a certain time to check for results. Moving on to the next question. A school leader receives a letter from the parent of a homeschooled student asking whether the student can participate in an upcoming district interscholastic mathematics competition. The school leader should first respond by referring to board policy before communicating with the parent. Is it B, determining an appropriate fee to charge the student for participation? C, refusing the request because there is a limit on the number of participants. D, granting the request if the student has passing grades. Now this child is a homeschool student. So definitely your option for this is option A, that is the correct answer. Because this question tests the school leader's knowledge of the relationship between public schools and homeschool students. Referring to the board policy ensures that the school leader is making the best decision based on district regulations. Remember, as a school leader, referring to the policies will help us and we will not be making any kind of mistakes there. The next question. The school leader of a high school is allocating funds to support the work of the school's newly established professional learning communities, that is PLCs. Which of the following expenditure will best support the growth of PLCs? A, paying for training for the teacher leaders who facilitate and oversee the work of the PLCs. B, purchasing a commercial program that focuses on inquiry-based learning. C, hiring a staff person to plan and monitor the work of the PLCs. D, compensating teachers for time spent meeting in their PLCs after school hours. The correct option, the correct answer is A, that is paying for training for the teacher leaders who facilitate and oversee the work of the PLCs. Now, what does this actually test? This question actually tests the school leader's knowledge of how to use the funds to the greatest advantage. And the best way is training teacher leaders actually provides a greatest benefit to the professional learning communities over a sustained period of time. Next question. Which of the following is the most crucial question to consider in using community resources in the classroom? A, can the resources be used by several groups at the same time? B, have such resources been overused? C, do the resources meet the needs of the program? Or D, what time limits have been established for the use of these resources? The correct answer is option C. Do the resources meet the needs of the program? And this question actually tests the school leader's knowledge of important considerations when community resources are integrated into classroom instruction. The most critical question for the school leader to consider is whether the community resources align with and support the school programmatic needs. Moving on to the next question, question number 18. A local high school plans to distribute laptops to all students for use on academic assignments and homework. Staff members expressed some concern about students using the laptops on campus and the potential for classroom disruptions. To best assist with implementation of the new technology initiative and address teachers' concern, the school leader should ensure that A. Students access the internet on the school-based network. No. B. Stakeholders are aware of the district's new initiative. No. C. Students, staff and parents are aware of policy expectations. Perfect. That is the correct answer. D. Professional development opportunities address digital learning. Sorry, no. So the option is option C, which is the correct answer. Now the question to us is, what is this actually testing? This question is testing the school leader's understanding of how to use and manage technology to improve instruction. Establishing expectations and procedures with a wide variety of groups can actually help members of the staff, students, and parents understand the policy, its implementation, and its repercussions when expectations are not followed. These procedures will help create a school culture that addresses technology and the new policy implementation. Moving on to the next question. The school leader of an elementary school is committed to a transformative model of multicultural education. Which of the following actions would be the most effective way to achieve this model? A. Incorporating a range of cultural perspectives into the curriculum. B. Initiating an annual cultural event that celebrates the diversity of the student population. C. Arranging for prominent speakers to discuss cultural issues in school assembly program. D. Convening a diversity committee made up of parents and community. When you look at very clearly, the option A is the correct answer. Again, when you say it's A, let us understand what this question actually tests. Here, this question tests the school leader's knowledge of providing equity and adequacy to meet students and families' cultural and educational needs. Incorporating different cultural perspectives into a guaranteed and viable curriculum reflects the actualization of this goal. Let's see now the next question. A major factor in the high rate of new teachers leaving the profession is a lack of administrative support. Which of the following actions by school leadership is most likely to address this factor? A. Offering opportunities for teachers to network with and mentor each other. B. Developing streamlined processes for paperwork to eliminate duplication. C. Providing encouragement, frequent feedback, and opportunities for professional growth. D. Providing adequate teaching resources and workspaces. Undoubtedly, the answer is option C. Providing encouragement, frequent feedback, and opportunities for professional growth. Again, what does this question test? Here, this question actually tests the school leader's knowledge of effective strategies for inducting and training personnel to better ensure retainment, which is very, very important. Research has shown that providing encouragement, frequent feedback, and opportunities for professional growth is likely to target the teacher's specific concern about lack of administrative support. Next question. A high school social studies project engages students in asset mapping as a way of identifying youth-related opportunities and services within the school community. Collected data are compiled into a master map and shared with students, staff, and families. Which of the following identifies the most valuable benefit of the project for the school leader? A. Aligning school goals to match the community's needs? No. Increasing family involvement in school related activities? No. Creating community partnership to expand current programs? Sorry. Discovering untapped community resources to support the school? Yes. That is what is the right answer. Here the answer is option D. And this question actually tests the school leaders' understanding of how to best maximize community resources, optimum utilization of available resources. Discovering untapped community resources will provide the school leader with data and insight into the services in the community that could help support the school vision. So the next question. A school leader at a school with low student achievement works with the district's human resource department to recruit new teachers. Which of the following teacher candidates are most appropriate for the school leader to target? Option A, candidates recommended by teachers currently teaching in the school. No. B, candidates recruited from teacher preparation and programs in the local area. No. Option C, candidates with successful teaching experience and qualifications to address the student needs. Right. That is the correct answer. So I'm not going to the D1 because we got the answer, and the answer is candidates with successful teaching experience and qualifications to address student needs. So this question tests the school leader's knowledge of effective strategies to recruit qualified personnel. To affect student achievement, the school leader's most appropriate approach when hiring new staff would be to seek teachers with relevant experience and qualifications. Next question. When a school leader receives parent requests for specific classroom placements for the upcoming school year, the school leader should A, honor each request to support a healthy collaborative relationship with parents? Absolutely no. Accept the request of parents of high performing students to avoid conflict at the start of the year? Sorry, no. Reply to each parent request noting any biases towards specific teachers? Sorry, no. Utilize the parent request as one of the many factors considered in the student placement. Utilize the parent's request as one of the many factors considered. So the correct answer is option D. And this question actually tests the school leader's knowledge of educational procedures that promote equity and adequacy in meeting the needs of students and families. Applying several criteria, including parent request, when selecting student placements best ensures a balanced and equitable process. Next question. A local pastor seeks approval from the school leader to rent the school cafeteria on Sundays for church services. Which of the following conditions must be in place before the request can be approved? A. The pastor verifies that no other facility is available for the church to use. Number 2, the district allows other outside organizations to use the school facilities. Number 3, C, the pastor agrees that the church group will be responsible for building maintenance on Sundays. Sorry. The community is notified the building is being used for religious services. Sorry. The correct answer is option B. That is, the district allows other outside organization to use the school facilities. So the option B is correct. This question actually tests the school leader's knowledge of the requirements for ensuring equitable access to school facilities. The school can only approve the use if other organizations are also allowed to use school facilities. Now look at this awesome, very interesting question. For each row, select the answer that applies. When developing a plan to delegate responsibilities, A school leader creates a chart of those tasks that can be delegated and those that are best kept within the leadership team. Indicate whether you as a school leader, for each task, what is to be best delegated and what is to be kept within the leadership team. So there are 4 tasks given. Providing performance feedback. B, next is handling disciplinary action. Next, organizing school events. Can it be delegated or whether we have to keep with the leadership team? Last, composing school newsletters. So out of these, which one you will be delegating, which will not be delegated but will be kept with the leadership team. So looking at the question and analyzing, I'm 100% sure that you will agree that providing performance feedback and handling disciplinary action are tasks that the school leader should keep within the leadership team because they involve sensitive issues that leaders are responsible for. Next is organizing school events and composing school newsletters are tasks that can be delegated to a staff member outside the leadership team because they do not involve sensitive or confidential issues. So you have understood what we can delegate and what we don't. Next question. Which of the following factors will have the greatest impact on communication and working relationship when the school leader sent emails to teachers and staff? A, the length and syntactic complexity of the emails. B, the subject line, opening and closing of the emails. C, the daily and weekly volume of the emails, or whether it is D, the timing, content and tone of the emails. The correct option is option D. Now this question tests the school leader's knowledge of professional conduct, correct timing, the content of the message in its entirety, and how the message will be perceived by the reader are key factors in the overall effectiveness of emails. These are all factors that a school leader should consider when sending correspondence electronically. Now let us move on to the next question, 27. A school leader can best support the development of teachers' skills in technology integration by A, encouraging each teacher to create and boost a classroom block. B, requiring that technology be a part of a specific number of lessons each week. C, creating a committee to write an example technology lesson for each grade level. Option D, modeling the effective use of technology tools throughout the school year. Yes, the correct option is option D. This question actually tests the school leader's knowledge of best practices for assisting teachers with integrating technology into the classroom. Modeling the appropriate use of technology resources is the most effective way to show the school leader's commitment to technology education, as well as to build the staff's understanding of various new methods and resources for technology use. Let's move on to the next question. A newly appointed high school leader is developing professional learning communities within each content department. The school leader wants the PLCs to meet once a week for 40 minutes. The primary benefit of PLC is that they will allow the teachers to do which of the following? A, collaborate to increase the student achievement across all student populations. B, use a flexible schedule that meets individual teacher needs and preferences. C, write units of instruction that are tailored to school needs and district requirements. D, utilize tiered intervention for at-risk students to increase the likelihood of achievement gains? So the answer to this is first option, option A. That is to collaborate to increase student achievement across all students populations. Now this question actually tests the school leaders' understanding of the importance of a support system that allows teachers to collaborate and learn from one another. Collaborating to increase student achievement outcomes is the main focus and benefit of PLCs. Teachers work together to examine student data and staff practices to ensure learning and better outcomes for all. So let us move on to the last question. A school leader uses an open decision-making process regarding a proposed school initiative. Option in this, gather, again I repeat the question, a school leader uses an open decision-making process regarding a proposed school initiative, that is, 1. Gather a broad amount of input about the initiative. 2. Be prompt and transparent about sharing the decisions made. C, that is 3. Re-examine the decision only if there is pertinent new information. Now, which of the following best represents the missing step? Is it option A, support a decision that is based on research? Is it option B, have a set of decision alternatives on standby? Sorry, both these options are wrong. Is it C, facilitate consensus about a decision? Yes, this is the right answer. That is option C is correct. This question actually tests the school leader's knowledge of the decision-making process. Open decision-making includes facilitating consensus, whereby all the group members reach a decision together. Facilitating consensus would appropriately take place after input has been received. So these questions that I've given, I want you all to hear again and again so that you can just, remember the points very clearly. I know how hectic schedule or how busy all the school leaders are. However, whenever time permits, please do watch this and try to, gain as much as insights as possible. So with that, as we wrap up today's session, remember that practice makes perfect. Keep honing your skills. Keep watching my videos and understanding question types. With dedication and perseverance, you will be well equipped to tackle the School Leadership Licensure Assessment 6990. Stay focused, stay motivated, and most importantly, believe in yourself. Until we meet again in part 3, keep striving for greatness and may success accompany you every step of the way. Signing off, and yes, if you find this video helpful, please show your support by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. Your engagement means the world to me. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.